Look, if you aren't using AI in your business yet for selling with print on demand, let me make a bold statement here. Okay, it's not really that bold, but you should be using AI. And I know for some it might be scary, the world of artificial intelligence, but it will be a game changer in your business. And I'm going to be going over 10 tips and tricks and hacks, if you will, that I've discovered in using AI for the past few years. Now, if you haven't already, hi, hello, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like more content like this. My name is Heather. I've been a prior top 1% Etsy seller. I've done over 500K in revenue with print-on-demand sales in my time, and I teach all the world of print on demand, and I like to talk about Etsy, but I also give a lot of content on print on demand. Also, if you haven't started your print on demand business and you're looking to start on Etsy, I have a free print on demand crash course in the links down below. Besides that, let's hop straight into this video, guys. How to use AI and some tools that I've been using recently and in the past few years that I really love. And also I'm going to be introducing maybe a new tool or two that can help you with using AI in your business daily. So without further ado, I wanted to go into the first tool we absolutely need to talk about. Now, this one I have used on my channel quite a bit. It's not going to be a surprise, but AI background remover tools. You know, in the world of me starting in 2020, this was kind of the struggle, is just removing, having to take every design that maybe it was impossible to do a cutout effect, or maybe that a special effect that you want to create. Some of the tools I'm going to recommend here is, first of all, Printify. Printify has a new AI background remover. Now, given I believe you have to have the Printify premium plan to use this, quote me if I'm wrong here. Okay, quote me if I'm wrong. So when you upload a design, what I've been doing is I download with the background now. Instead of downloading on Canva, Kittl, what have you, any design software you're using, what I do is I download with the background. I know this sounds opposite of what we all usually do, which is download as a transparent PNG or SVG file, right? So instead, what I do is I download with that background, whether it be white, black, a gray. And pro tip, bonus tip for anyone watching, downloading with gray background is actually the best to remove background with the AI background remover tools. Thanks to Philip Anders for that interview and giving me that tip. Just want to say I will link his interview above as well, which was a really great interview to learn more about AI. As far as downloading and uploading to Printify, once you upload to Printify, there's a little button you can click and background remove on the Printify editing tool and app. Instead of having to maybe take your design, copy it, and then re-upload it and remove background on a design tool, right? I personally really like doing the cutout effect. I think it just gives designs that crisp, clear look, and it just looks professional in my opinion. It's a fun design style I personally like to do in a lot of my designs, so hopefully that helps anyone watching. So here is a tip for anyone who struggles with idea generation, and I think sometimes a lot of us get that shiny object syndrome, right? Where we see so many products and it's like, okay, I see this selling on Etsy, I see this selling on Amazon, I see this selling on maybe Shopify, and I want to go into so many different products. How do I know what to go into? The answer can be in just using ChatGPT to be your assistant in product idea generation. Now, I will say that sometimes it's pretty good, sometimes it's a little bit off here. And if you're a print-on-demand seller, a lot of the products that it may recommend, you might not be able to sell. One example is usually when you look and ask maybe ChatGPT for, hey, give me a list of 10 trending products on Etsy that I can create with print on demand and sell on Etsy, right? And usually in that list, you may see jewelry. Now, the one thing with jewelry is on Etsy, jewelry is not really allowed as far as a print-on-demand product. However, what I will say is every time I've asked ChatGPT for different product ideas, it's been pretty good as far as the top 10 and top 5 recommendations. Typically, I'll see something along the lines of the pet lover niche and maternity and pregnancy. Basically, maternity is kind of pregnancy reveal kind of niche area, I guess. Gifts for grandma, gifts for grandpa. That gives you a good idea of where to start. Now, I will say sometimes it's very generalized. So what I recommend is asking ChatGPT. Let's say that's gifts for a grandma. Then you can ask ChatGPT, what are the top products on Etsy that sell for grandmothers? So I just want to say, word of caution with ChatGPT, it does suggest some things that might not be as accurate or, not straight on the target on what to sell, but it does give us that idea generation, and that's what's super important. The next tip I have for ChatGPT is going a little bit deeper with just product idea recommendations. You can also use it to hunt for different micro niches or adjacent niches. And this is something I've always loved to do in my Etsy and print on demand business. I like to sell in micro niches. That's something that I have taught, and that's something I practice in my own business. So when you are on ChatGPT, sometimes it's hard to brainstorm those. Sometimes it's hard to just basically search that on Etsy and figure out what people are searching for. Maybe if I'm looking up to create matching t-shirts for a group trip or a group vacation, then I might ask ChatGPT, what are the vacation spots that people are going, and give me maybe 20 different locations of popular vacation destinations for group trips, such as group girls trips or bachelorette party trips. So again, it's a really great place to go micro niche hunting and get that different data that you wouldn't get through maybe brainstorming it yourself, right? The next tool and use of AI that you can use honestly daily. So this is a problem I've had, is when I create a design and when I upload maybe that design to Printify and I'm completing the SEO, sometimes I sit there and I stare at my design and I'm like, how do I describe this? How do I describe this product even? With AI, if you use ChatGPT, which is a completely free AI, almost like assistant tool, in my opinion, what I like to do with ChatGPT is I will download my product mockup photo that's on Printify. I'll upload it to ChatGPT and I'll ask ChatGPT to describe the product. So if you're stuck and you're kind of like, okay, I don't want to have my SEO be like every other product on Etsy, because it is different in some ways, in some regards. Maybe you are looking at your product and it's a maybe cottagecore-esque product, but it has frogs on it, and ChatGPT may tell you, hey, goblin core, frogs, you should have in your SEO instead of just putting cottagecore. That's just one example I can give in things I've stumbled across and learned through using that method with ChatGPT. So this goes into my next hack and tip, which is that you can use Printify now and create your titles and tags with the use of Printify's new AI tool and feature. And this at first, okay, I will say, when it was kind of in that beta testing mode, I was not as impressed, but now it has a updated system and it's updated for Etsy. And let me just say, since the update, I have been wildly impressed by Printify's new AI. Now with Printify, it will create your title, your tags automatically after uploading your design when you create a new product. This speeds up my workflow, and honestly, the keywords it uses, the keyword phrases, are pretty darn spot on. I will say from my experience, there are certain keyword phrases I personally like to add in and use. I still think it's good to use a research software and tool and learn what other sellers are using for keywords, learn the search volume and demand, because again, if you don't have that demand for your keywords, you're typically not going to get search volume, which is your traffic, right? But Printify does a really good job with their AI system. So if you haven't already used Printify, highly recommend trying out Printify, because there's so many amazing AI features that's integrated that just makes your workflow so much faster when you are creating products, in my opinion. If you are new to Printify, I do also have a code down below and a link that you can sign up. That is an affiliate link, and I just want to say thank you to anyone who's signed up and supported this channel underneath that link as well. Besides that, let's go into our next tip here. So let's talk about the next tip I have, which goes with using ChatGPT again for customer service. Now, if you struggle, in which this is the best way I could describe this, with maybe some agitated customers. Let's say we have a really angry customer, and as a seller, you know, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's like, hey, I'm a human too. I'm just behind the screen and this thing happened. I acknowledge that, and I just want to get you or refund you or maybe offer an exchange. But it's really hard to put that into words when you have someone who might be saying mean things to you on the internet, right? So what you can do is you can just copy the customer's question or their message and have ChatGPT, just ask ChatGPT, hey, can you respond to this customer and offer a refund or exchange politely? And then ChatGPT will create that response for you. Also, pro tip, so here's one thing I will note is ChatGPT, there is a ChatGPT hyphen that basically signifies that you're using AI. I recommend to do here. This is a pro tip I have used in the past. And I would love if we troll the comment section, and I will know that you wrote a response by doing the long hyphen. If you can find that symbol and copy and paste it in, or copy and paste someone else's long hyphen in the comment section to troll the comment section that maybe it's like AI comments when it's not. I know it's not, but basically that long hyphen is something that mostly AI uses, and that's kind of an indicator that you are using AI, and customers can tell at times. So if you delete that and just put a comma or and or just make it look right. Hopefully that helps anyone who's dealing with a Karen. I feel like we should make a new name, like, I don't know, Kirsten. I feel bad. No. I don't want to make anyone else's name associated with a mean person. I am so sorry for anyone named Kirsten. The next section I want to make this video for is design. So how can you use AI in your design processes? I've showed so many ways on my channel on how to use AI with design, but I have a few new tools I want to talk about and things that I think will help anyone who is maybe struggling with a specific area in their design processes. The first one that I want to talk about is when it comes to personalization. Did you know there is actually a automation tool that uses AI for phrases, or let's say you want to add in a date. Maybe you have an anniversary gift for her, for him, or maybe matching mugs of some sort. There is a tool called Hello Custom that you can set up templates. And when, let's say in the personalization box on Etsy, your customer enters a phrase, let's say they add in maybe Anne and Henry, and they put the date below it. What Hello Custom does is they have an AI tool that scans that personalization entry, and it will fit it into the template once you have that set up, and it will automate that workflow. Now, you do have to go in and approve those personalizations, but it's almost like you have an AI pocket assistant for personalization. And then also, as we enter in the holiday season, again, it's a crazy time. Sometimes it helps to have a automation tool like Hello Custom to use for your business. Now that we've talked about personalization, I want to go over the other AI design tool that I've been recently using in my workflows, which is Playground AI. Now, if anyone has used this, I know a lot of you have commented in my comment section and told me and suggested to me to use this and try it as well. But Playground AI is a new level of AI as far as when it comes to creating almost design templates, basically, and being able to scale out a design template with the use of AI. Something that I've had a problem with in the past with AI is that when you have a design you really like, typically with AI, you're only able to use that once, and that's it. With Playground, you can basically have one design template and swap out the phrases. So if you know that design template really sells, all you have to do is go in and edit that template to swap out the phrases. And there is also a color palette tool on Playground AI too, so you can change the different colors of a design that you've created. And that's kind of like a game changer for me personally in just creating multiple designs at once and just changing different colors, changing phrases, and again, just using one design template. When it comes to Playground AI, this is the next tip I'll give, is you can actually do portrait customization in Playground AI. So if you've ever seen on Etsy, maybe those best-selling listings that's just a line drawing of a couple together that's customized to that couple, or maybe it's a personalized dog photo or custom portrait. That is essentially what Playground does, and it does it very well. So I'll show on the screen here one example of a prompt with a upload of a dog. But basically you can create so many different versions of your dog portraits, and it's typically pretty good about having a consistent design style. This is something that I have really seen again with AI, with other AI tools and softwares, is even the line thickness, it's going to be different with each AI prompt. But again, when you're using a tool like Playground AI, you're going to have that same line thickness, usually similar color palettes, and then you can change the color palettes as well. It's a very editable tool. And let's say your customer wants to add some sort of maybe personalization underneath the dog portrait. So they want to add in a date or a name of their dog. You can add that with the text feature on Playground AI as well. So just so many reasons why I am recommending Playground AI and this new tool I've been using in this video, because it is so cool. The bonus tip I have with Playground AI is monograms. So this is something that's actually becoming a huge trend in search. It's been a huge trend in search, but I feel like it's coming back up on Etsy as far as phone cases. And what's really unique about Playground AI is, again, once you have that style that you like, you can create a monogram letter basically with Playground AI, and then you can create all of the letters or just change the letter as you go along with your Playground AI template that you've created. So again, just a plus of using that tool. All in all, that's it for this video. If you liked this video and you liked kind of this, I would say it's an intro, like beginner to intermediate kind of video when it comes to AI. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and put that long hyphen or dash. Is it a hyphen or is it a dash? Put that long dash in the comment section. Besides that, I recommend watching this video, following this, and I will see you all in the next video here.